Okay, so here's something to think about. Rebel Wilson's first shot at directing The Deb is a musical comedy that somehow manages to feel both overstuffed and underwhelming. Today, we're breaking down what went wrong, and if there's anything that went right.
Oh, I'm ready for this one. There's a lot to unpack here, and I have to say this movie left me with more questions than answers. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the premise because, on paper, it's not the worst idea. You've got Maeve, this rebellious, self-proclaimed feminist high schooler who gets expelled for a stunt that's supposed to be empowering, but comes off as reckless. She's sent to live with her uncle in a small, drought-stricken town, and from there it's a mix of culture clash, family drama, and a debutante ball subplot. Sounds like it could work, right?
It could have, but the execution just wasn't there. The story felt like it was trying to juggle too many themes. Feminism, small-town values, body image, family dynamics, and it didn't handle any of them particularly well. It's like they threw every idea into the script without thinking about how it all fit together.
Exactly. And then they decided to make it a musical, which, honestly, felt like an afterthought. The songs were sporadic and didn't add much to the story. If anything, they just made the pacing feel even more uneven.
That's such a good point. If you're going to make a musical, the music needs to feel integral to the story. Here, it felt like they were just trying to add some flair to distract from the weak script. And let's be honest, the script was a mess.
Oh, absolutely. The tone was all over the place. One minute it's trying to be a raunchy comedy, the next it's a heartfelt drama, and then it's a coming-of-age story. It's like the movie couldn't decide what it wanted to be, and as a result, it didn't do any of those things well.
And because of that, the characters suffered too. Let's talk about Maeve. She's supposed to be this bold, unapologetic feminist, but she comes off as more obnoxious than empowering. I found it really hard to root for her.
Same here. Maeve had potential as a character, but the way she was written made her so unlikable. She's self-centered, manipulative, and doesn't seem to learn much until the very end. And even then, her growth felt forced and unearned.
I will say, though, that Natalie Abbott as Taylor, the cousin, was a standout for me. She brought a lot of heart to the role, and I found myself sympathizing with her more than anyone else in the movie.
Yeah, Taylor was probably the most relatable character. She's this big-hearted dreamer who just wants to fit in and be accepted, but she's constantly being bullied and ostracized. Her storyline had some emotional weight, even if it was a bit heavy-handed at times.
And then there's Shane Jacobson as Rick, the hardworking farmer and mayor of the town. He's likable enough, but he felt more like a caricature than a fully fleshed-out character. What did you think of him?
I mean, Shane Jacobson has this good-natured everyman thing down to a science, so he was fine in the role. But like you said, Rick felt more like a stock character than a real person. And don't even get me started on Rebel Wilson's portrayal of Jeanette, the hairdresser and beautician.
Oh, Jeanette. She was supposed to be funny, but her character just didn't work for me. Her attempts at humor felt forced, and instead of being endearing, she came off as annoying. The only bright spot in her storyline was her younger daughter, Kid Koala, played by Scarlett Crabtree.
Totally agree. Kid Koala was cheeky and charming, and her scenes with Rebel Wilson had a nice, natural rapport. But beyond that, the rest of the cast didn't leave much of an impression. Tara Maurice as Shell, the spinster dressmaker. She was trying so hard to be quirky, but it just didn't land.
And let's not forget the cinematography. There were a few nice shots, especially the opening scenes of Sydney, but overall it was nothing to write home about. The visuals didn't do much to elevate the movie.
Exactly. And the humor? Oh boy. It was that stereotypical, sweary, larrikin Aussie humor that just didn't land for me. It felt like the movie was trying too hard to be edgy and irreverent, but it ended up being cringeworthy instead.
Totally. It's like they were aiming for laugh out loud, but hit roll your eyes instead. And the fact that the theater was basically empty when I saw it says a lot. Clearly, I wasn't the only one who wasn't impressed.
Same here. I was the only person in the cinema during my screening, and that's never a good sign. So, the big question, should people see this film?
Honestly, I'd say skip it. There are so many better movies out there that are worth your time and money. Unless you're a diehard Rebel Wilson fan or you're really curious about her directorial debut, there's no reason to watch The Deb.
I agree. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's far from good. If you're looking for a fun, feel-good musical, this isn't it. Save yourself the disappointment.
Well said. So, final score?
I'd give it a 3 out of 10. It had a few redeeming qualities, mainly the performances of Natalie Abbott and Scarlett Crabtree, but overall, it was a mess.
Same here. A 3 out of 10 feels fair. It's a shame, really, because it could have been so much better with a tighter script and a clearer vision.
Absolutely. Here's hoping Rebel Wilson's next project is a step up from this one.
You've been listening to Movies First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.